sorry, y'all. As I'm getting ready, TikTok, shout out to you guys that are behind the scenes with me. We're live on TikTok as well, the Kempire on TikTok today. And we're live, of course, on the Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. We're live on Twitch and Twitter. This is the Ultimatum recap. If you didn't know, all of you, see, I really gauge on what we need to talk about based off of you guys reaching out to me in a huge way. So feel free to let me know, oh, Kempire, we need to talk about this. We need to watch this, because I gauge not just based off of one or two people. I gauge off of a whole group of people that are hitting me up on multiple platforms. And so many of you said we need to talk about The Ultimatum on Netflix, hosted by Nick and Vanessa Lachey. Why? I didn't hate them as hosts, but I didn't love them either. But before we get into any of that, guys, do what you normally do. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We hit over 113,000 subscribers overnight. Shout out to all of you. Shout out to my Twitter fam. I just posted a video of Taylor Swift talking about how people like to take credit for your success. Just wanted to remind y'all how hard we all have worked to help build this community that we have. Road to 1 million subscribers is right down the road. Yes, right down the road. So thank you to all of you that have been supporting since the beginning, that have just joined the community. We appreciate you guys. And this is one of the things that we do. We talk about reality TV, but we talk about everything in pop culture. Everything in pop culture. Today, we're talking about Netflix's newest reality series, The Ultimatum. I will break down what exactly this show is about, but it's very similar. Is it for, I meant to Google this. Is it from the same producers of Love is Blind? Is that why we're getting Nick and Vanessa Lachey again? Is that why? They're not terrible. Vanessa talks a lot. I noticed that we barely hear from Nick, and Nick is the bigger star. We barely hear from him. I appreciate their relationship and how they share that relationship and their journey as a part of the show. But sometimes I'm just like, girl. Yes, thank you so much, Maiden Asian. Maiden says yes, same producers. So that explains the goblets that they used. Explains the goblets. So we're not going to break down this recap in a way that, oh, we're talking about episodes 1 through 9. No, we are giving you the ultimate recap. We're talking about all of the moments. And I just watched the reunion today. I mean, the reunion, it was necessary. So we were able to get a life update on what everything was happening, including someone being pregnant. We will get there. But you all reached out to me and talked to me and reached out and said that you wanted us to talk about this show. So here we are. Earlier today, we went live and we did a recap of Karen's spinoff, Karen's Grand Dame reunion. So if you missed that, we also posted a couple of new videos talking about Destiny from Love and Marriage Huntsville. And I literally just posted a new video talking about the Kardashians all showing up in court for the Blac Chyna trial, where she's seeking $300 million from them for axing her reality show with Rob Kardashian. So be sure to check that out if you haven't already. Gloria says, we, Vanessa, put a pin in it. For the love of Shannon Bador. I appreciate her sharing their experience, because she was saying that at one point in their relationship, she had to give Nick an ultimatum. They've been together a very long time. Good for them. Of course, we know Nick from 98 Degrees. We also know him from his very public relationship with Jessica Simpson, who is now running $1 billion company. They're all doing well. I mean, Jessica's doing quite better, but she has this loving look. They have this loving relation. He looks like someone save me in this picture. He looks like, doesn't he? He looks like someone. Look, some help. Blink twice if you need help, Nick. Regardless, this show isn't about the host. I just wish they had like an interesting host. And before you guys say me, no, I like the premise of having a couple that's been through this, doing it. And I guess because it is the same producers of Love is Blind, it makes sense. Let's hire these guys to do it. And these reality shows have been filmed quite a long time ago. 7 months. Look, 7 months ago. Oh my God. Okay, let's break it down from episode 1. I took notes. I didn't take in-depth notes or episode to episode. So the premise of the ultimatum are these couples in their 20s. I'll get back to that. They have reached a crossroad in their relationships, and one person in the relationship is giving the other person an ultimatum. Marry me or this relationship is over. But here's the twist. They're coming as a group and switching partners. And to see if they can find love with someone else within this small group of people. I need to Google schmoogle to see how did they think that this might work? Because you can't just throw people together and think, oh, people are going to find connections. They had to find a thread of people that might fall in love with each other. I know by now you have your favorites, people that you can't stand, people that you loved. I didn't love anyone. Okay, no, that's not true. I did have love for one. I did have love for one. I love her too, though. Well, in the beginning, I liked Shanique. But Randall, I didn't think anything about Randall until later when they switched partners and he was with Madeline, and when they went back to the apartment, and that's when I tweeted, I'm getting a vibe. I don't know. I don't have the radar. I don't. But he's a cutie though. No matter what it is. Cute. Okay? Cute. Look at that smile. Look at the twinkle in the eye. She's beautiful too. But she broke down when they, on their last moment together. She broke down. Mind you, she's the one who gave him the ultimatum. I loved her family, by the way. Was her family Jamaican? I heard an accent in there. I couldn't put a nail on it. Was her family Jamaican? Randall probably was the only person that I could stand. And it's not because I thought he was cute. He really was the only decent human being on this show, right? He was the only one that I felt like, okay, I don't hate him. Deborah said Deborah, when I tweet, yes, it was, okay. I know my people. All 3 black men look good. I mean, look, we will talk about, wait, there were 3? Oh yeah, there were 3. I was like, wait, there were 3 black men? No, there were 3. Okay. They all were cute. Zay was cute. Jake was cute. Yes. Okay. All right. I wasn't sure, look, I grew up in the States. Josie says, Kempire, you got to love April. I didn't hate April. I know why people did not like April, because she's, again, very much like some of our reality stars. You're going to have a strong reaction to April. You're either going to love April or you're going to hate April. I didn't see evil in April. I didn't see evil in her. She also she brought her boyfriend Jake there for an ultimatum. She had an ultimatum. She was ready. Mind you, these people are in their 20s. If they were late 20s, 30s, 40s, I think I would have been like, oh, okay, this makes sense. But these folks are 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. What? If you're just joining us, we're talking about Netflix's new popular series, The Ultimatum. And this is the ultimate recap to the show because we're talking about all 9 episodes and the reunion. If you haven't watched it already, be sure to check it out on Netflix. They're not paying me, but they... Why am I promoting their show without a check? They pay for advertising. See, it says from the creators of Love is Blind. I need to pay attention. Look, guys, I was trying to watch this show because you kept on reaching out to me. Since I mean, like almost 10 days ago, you all were reaching out to me to watch this show. From the creators of Love is Blind, The Ultimatum. The premise of the show is very interesting. It's very interesting because someone said Alexis is not 25. I don't know how old she is. Oh, Mocha says, wasn't Nate the only one who was 30? And he was, oh my goodness. And Nate was the shadiest of them all. At first, I liked Nate until they had to make a decision. Until they had to make a decision, I was like, oh, Nate proposed to his girlfriend after he thought that Colby was going to propose. Not propose, you know what I mean. Choose her. Yeah, I mean, he also, I was really shocked by that. And just because you're 30 doesn't make you mature. Just because you're 40 doesn't make you mature. Look, trust and believe, I understand that. But to hear these 20-somethings talk about giving each other ultimatums, they want to start a family. And look, I understand women having babies as they get older, it becomes harder and not necessarily the safest. However, they all were acting like their age, immature. Yeah, Cherie says Nate was a weirdo. At first, I didn't see it until they had to decide. Until they had to come to the table and decide and talk about why they were choosing these people. But before we even get to that, so the couples are together. We're unpacking their stories, getting to know all of their stories. Some people want to have kids. That was Nate and Lauren's story. He's like, I want to have kids. I want to have kids. During the reunion, they played a clip of him saying, I want kids. I want kids. I want kids. I want kids. But okay, we'll get there. We'll get to Nate's story at the end, at the reunion. But I thought Nate was normal. I even thought Colby was normal. I have a different perspective on Colby now. Colby, is he Dear John? Is he the twin swindler? I got very narcissistic vibes from Colby. I didn't see it. It makes me worried. I don't want to go date. I don't want to date. I'm afraid I might meet one of these people. So before the couples separate, they, we're learning about their stories and why they decided to come on the ultimatum. Shanique breaks down with Randall. I didn't see anything in Randall. I was like, oh, Randall's cute. That's all I saw. She broke down. It seemed like she didn't want, to even do this. Like she was regretting this whole situation. So they break up. I guess, they technically are really breaking up. I don't care what any of the other couples may have been thinking. They are breaking up on this day. So they can date other people. So I do have to defend Colby when he says, I'm technically, for lack of the right words, that they were in an open relationship. You can't tell the person that you're meeting at some bar, I'm filming a Netflix show. You signed an NDA. You signed an NDA. So he can't be like, oh, we're doing a reality show. He's like, we're in an open relationship, but they're technically not even in a relationship. I'm not trying to defend Colby, though, because I don't think that was the only person Colby may have kissed or slept with. We know of two. The night that he was hanging out with Zay, he kissed someone. The other girl that was in the phone, that was another one. I thought he was, at the beginning, I was like, oh, he wants to settle down. He wants to have a family with her. I really felt for Colby. Come to find out, Colby, okay, look, Alexis, she's not very likable, but I felt for her in this instance. However, I appreciate his honesty. He's like, I'm not attracted to you. She felt as if she was God's gift, apparently. Alexis felt like she was the God's gift. LM says none of the cast was hideous. I agree. I don't think any of that's part of the reason why they are cast. It's not just because of their personalities. They're also cast because they are visually pleasing. I don't think there was an ugly person in the group, to be honest. Bianca says Alexis twisted his words. Alexis could not believe that this man would not want her. Sometimes your ugly is not necessarily your physical. It's the energy that you exude. And Alexis, I thought it was sweet. At the end of the day, her boo Hunter was like, I'm not going to choose anyone. I'm going to propose to her. And I was like, damn, great. Get them out of here, because she wasn't interesting. Essie says Alexis wasn't cute. She wasn't that cute. She wasn't ugly though. I mean, her personality is what really turned me off. When she came back in later episodes, like, why is she here? I thought she got engaged. And then she was at the reunion. I guess she's a part of the whole show. Whatever. I guess she's a part of the show. Omar said, "Oh, Omar, Alexis is looking like Jim Carrey from the." I can see what you're saying. I can see that. Yeah, Gloria says, "Inside, ugly, ugly." Exactly. Michelle says Alexis had bad energy. And maybe that's what he picked up on. Or maybe he just really wasn't attracted to her. I mean, I see what he sees in Madeline. Madeline's personality, she exudes a different type of energy. And she's pretty too. I mean, she's not the most beautiful person in the world, but her energy is different. Even though some people don't think about, oh, I'm attracted to someone's energy. They don't use that verbiage. But people don't realize that that's what it's not just hormonal. You are feeling someone's energy. Even if you don't know how to read energy, you are reading energy. Why you're not attracted to certain people is not just the physicality. It is also, something about you I don't like. Some people don't pay attention to that enough, and that's why they get into relationships that they get into. But I'm really intuitive. I'm a Reiki practitioner, so I'm able to use energy. So as soon as I started getting bad vibes, I said, speaking of bad vibes, okay, we got to talk about Zay. Oh, Lord, where's Zay? Oh, God. I'm getting abuser vibes. I'm the way he, not just abuser vibes, narcissistic vibes too. The way that he would argue with women and get loud and aggressive, it was troubling to me. And then when he would break down and start crying, I was like, what in the OJ Mike Tyson situation is going on? And it kept on coming up. And then you saw him get aggressive with Shanique. And I was just like, what is happening? He wasn't my favorite. I didn't like him. I didn't love him. I didn't hate him. I just was like, I'm getting very strange vibes. And that scene with Ray towards the end, where he's not letting her leave, I wonder how that would have played out if the cameras weren't there. She admits to hitting him, but I don't know how long it would take for Zay. Maybe he hasn't done it yet. Zay, I suggest you get some anger management, something, because I don't like the way that you speak to women. And he also almost got into a fight with Kobe, but I don't blame him for that. At least that's another man. Because Kobe was trying to flip it to make it seem like Zay sent a woman over to kiss him. Come on, that's when I flipped with Kobe. I was like, oh, something's not right with Kobe. Something's not right with Kobe. All right, we're jumping all around it, but if you're just joining us, we're talking about Netflix's new reality series from the creators from Love is Blind, The Ultimatum, where these 20-somethings, again, we only had one 30-year-old, but the majority were 20-somethings that have given their partners the ultimatum, and in between time, for 3 weeks, they're going to be living with someone else in this group of 20-somethings, and they will decide at the end if they're going to stay in their original relationship or move off into the sunset with this new person. So they end up choosing different people. But before we even get to the actual decisions, as we mentioned, Alexis and Hunter decided to stay together. They decided to stay together. Hold on, I'm gonna try to get on my. So you can see Alexis and Hunter. And then, it's interesting that these two, that I was able to find this picture. So you see Alexis and Hunter. Okay, Hunter is the one in black. Alexis is the one in the light blue. Okay. He decides to propose to her on that day because, first of all, she didn't make any connections with anyone, but she looked like she would have made a connection with Kobe if he wanted her. And then we had Nate and Lauren. Nate wants kids. Lauren did not. But Nate was feeling Shanique. Nate was feeling a bunch of different people, and they were not choosing him. And then when Colby was about to choose Lauren, that's when Nate decided to get up and propose. And everyone was like, what? What? Everyone in the room felt a weird vibe. Everyone felt a weird vibe. If someone said Lawrence is a snooze fest, yes, made yeah, but at that reunion, I'm jumping ahead. At that reunion, are you there? But I thought the same thing with Jake. Jake, are you there? Jake, we saw throughout the season, and at the reunion, it was like he was asleep. And what the hell did he do to his hair? That was so not a cute look. Whoever told you that that was a cute look, Zay? I mean, not Zay. Jake. So he says Lauren sabotaged herself. She immediately said yes to Nate. But they, in the reunion, they revealed that they went through therapy. They decided they're going to get married and that they've decided on having at least one kid. So Nate got what he wanted. Thank you so much, Diana, for the super chat. Diana says, let's go 113,000 subscribers. Thank you, Diana. Zoe, thank you so much for the super chat. Zoe says, I just woke up and caught your live. What did I miss? We are just getting started. We are just getting started. Guys, if you want to call in, let me know in the live chat. I will be dropping the call-in link. We are talking about Netflix's new series, The Ultimatum. I'm about to give them all an ultimatum. Grow up. Oh, okay. Jake is cute, but let me pull up Jake. Let's talk about Jake. Where's my Jake picture? April and Jake. So April gave Jake the ultimatum. I like her with darker hair. She came on the reunion with blonde hair, but I like her with darker hair. But there was a moment during this season with Jake and April that I was like, oh, they have serious issues. At the end of this, he decides not to choose her. I mean, they have had a lot of issues. And here's the thing. I got to call Jake out because Jake lied. When Jake and Ray went to go meet his mom, the mom had already said that she really likes April. She thinks April's good for him. At no point did she say that she really liked Ray. So when Ray asked, oh, what does your mom think of me? She's like, she really, really likes you, and I really go by what my mom thinks. Apparently not, because you decided not to choose April and you chose Ray. And I could tell that he was going to choose, he wasn't going to choose April because of the setting. You saw when we saw Shanique and Randall's setting, it was like this really beautiful romantic setting. So I wasn't surprised when he proposed to her. We found out during the reunion, though, that they ended up calling off the engagement and taking a break for 6 months, but they're now back together. He wasn't dating anyone else, but of course, Shanique, Handsy Shanique. That's what I'm gonna call her. And if you watched, you know why I'm calling her Handsy. Handsy Shanique. They took a break. She was dating other people during that break, but he was going through a lot of stuff emotionally. He had a lot of loss in his family. So they but they had a romantic setting. When we saw April and Jake come together, we were like, I don't know. I say we. I'm thinking that you guys think the same way that I did. I was like, this doesn't look as romantic as the last one. This doesn't seem romantic. So I wasn't surprised when Jake said no. But then Jake met up with Ray. We saw Ray, Ray ended up breaking up with Zay before, they even came to a decision day. I didn't like Ray from the beginning, though. Can we talk? I'm jumping around, but y'all used to me jumping around. I didn't like Ray from the beginning because when she was asked, okay, elephant brain. When she was asked at the beginning of this, what do you love about Zay? She didn't want to answer it. I don't think she had an answer. She's like, can we come back to that question? Or is that the last question? Girl, you don't know. You're giving this man. Wait, who gave who the ultimatum? She gave him the ultimatum. Right? I can't remember now. Tyra says Ray was on my dang nerves too, Kempire. She was on my damn nerves until the end, all the way to the reunion. And I didn't want Jake to end up with her either. I didn't want that poor, because I actually think he's a decent guy. But I also think he's dumb. Why are you having unprotected sex with April if you don't want kids? Dummy. They had a pregnancy scare during this season. There was a pregnancy scare. April was like, I haven't got my period in like 10 days. Oh, I wonder, you're not having protected sex. You don't want kids, but you're having unprotected sex? So that's when I looked at Jake like, dummy. Dummy. Oh, Sass says, Kemp, do you believe April has a new man? Yeah, I think she does. She's a beautiful girl. She's annoying, but she's a beautiful girl. She's a beautiful girl. Annoying though. But I get why people didn't like her. But of all the people, I felt like she was authentic. I think she was her authentic self. She really wanted to go through this process, and she got really upset at the beginning when everybody was doing all their antics. Okay. Exactly says she's always going to have a man. Amy says she's annoying. I know. But when we found out that these two, he doesn't want to have kids. However, he's having unprotected sex with April. I'm not, and she's not on the pill, apparently. I'm not understanding. 20-something-year-olds. And I'm trying to remember my train of thought when I was in my 20s. However, when I was in my 20s, we technically couldn't get legally married. So that wasn't even a conversation. I had to think back. I was like, well, in my 20s, did I want to get married? Did I want to get married? Not really. Or I wasn't in a rush to get married. But then again, like I said, it wasn't legal. So maybe if it was legal, I would have. I just don't see the rush. And that is always my advice to young people in your 20s. There really is no rush. Not to say that you shouldn't do it, that you can't do it. There have been plenty of people over the years and hundreds of years that have gotten married very young. But in this day and age where your options are endless, I don't think that should be your priority. But if that's one of your goals, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you were coming to me for advice, I'd be like, no, don't rush it. Don't rush it. All these people were in their early to mid, a couple that were in their late 20s, but very young and had the emotional maturity of a quite younger. Anyways, let me focus. If you're just joining us, we are talking about The Ultimatum on Netflix. I'm jumping through the couples. We already had at the very top of the series, Hunter and Alexis, they got engaged from the top. And then Nate, by default, got engaged as well. And then the couples switch. And Randall and Madeline they found each other. They found some sort of connection. But the minute I saw Randall in Madeline's home, I was like, oh, wait. And I posted a tweet, and a lot of you thought the way that I was thinking. I was like, I get a vibe. Doesn't mean that I'm right, but I got a vibe. Maybe I wanted to get a vibe because I do think that he's attractive. I didn't see a connection between him and Madeline. Madeline said, oh, he kissed me off camera. But she also said one of her big issues with him was that he wasn't affectionate enough. And then that made me go, he's not very affectionate with you either? Courtney said he a big vibe. Jania says we all got that vibe. I mean, I'm okay if he is. If he's not, okay. Maybe he's bi. Oh, okay. Gloria says, Kempire, you're not wrong. Your gaydar is on point. I just got a vibe. If he is, Randall, DM me. Joking. I don't know. And it's not, and Randall, I don't want you to think that we're judging you off of anything that you didn't necessarily. It's just a vibe that we were getting. And then you weren't very affectionate with the, and I didn't really see him being very affectionate with Shanique either. I don't know. But of all of the couples, of all of the individuals, Randall was my favorite, not just because he was cute, but he was the least problematic. He was the most mature. Everyone else, I was like, oh, I can't right now. Like there was always some sort of moment with each of them. But he does choose Shanique in the end. But Shanique ends up connecting with Zay. That one ends up connecting with Zay. And I already told you how I feel about Zay. But during the reunion, Shanique reveals why she gave him a hand job. I didn't see that coming. But I think it was because, this is what she says in the reunion, was because she had heard that Randall had kissed Madeline off camera. So she was upset. She was jealous. At one point, she almost threatened physical harm on Madeline. She was like, somebody better go get her. She also had some anger management issues. I can see how Randall brings a balance to that relationship because she's a little bit of a hothead. Tanya says Shanique is childish as hell. Yeah, I didn't see it in her at first until we started to see those different moments with her. And I was just like, oh. I was like, what's happening here? But I also didn't see her ending up with Zay. Did you guys feel the love between Ray and Jake? Yes, they had a lot in common, but we have to remember you guys are spending 3 weeks with someone. Every relationship that you're in, unless the person's a really terrible human being, the first 3 weeks are fabulous. The first 3 months are fabulous. So basing your relationship off of 3 weeks, come on. And you're going to make a decision off of that? I don't know about that. Thank you so much, Frederick, for the super chat. Frederick says, Ray gives me Stacey Dash vibes. Oh, I can see that. I appreciate the bond that Shanique and Randall has. I got a little emotional during the proposal. Not you getting emotional. Not you getting emotional. I didn't get emotional. I don't know why. I didn't get emotional during their proposal. Maybe because I got that vibe. Zoe, thank you so much for the super chat. Zoe says, Zay looks and reminds me of my ex. Glad everyone left. Oh, look. Oh. Nelly, thank you so much for the super chat. Nelly says, Alexis was still talking about Kobe. She's going to talk about him on her honeymoon. That's the thing. I feel as if Kobe had chosen her, this would have been a different ending. This would have been different. She was interested in Kobe. He was probably the only one that she was really interested in. But he was not interested in her, and he told her from the jump, which I respected. She didn't like the fact that he was so honest, but I was like, why waste your time? Why waste your time? Just saying. I appreciate the honesty. I didn't see anything wrong with what he said. Maybe he could have said it a little bit differently, but he was honest. He's like, I'm not attracted to you. I don't see this being anything. But I'm still scared of Kobe because I think Kobe might be something. I don't trust him. I don't trust him at all. And I'm so mad that she said yes. At the end of this conversation, Kobe and hold on, where's my other picture? Do I have a picture of them? I don't know if I do, y'all. Well, y'all see Kobe in the cowboy hat. Kobe and that's not a good picture of Madeline, but whatever. Um, Kobe and Madeline end up getting married. First of all, he ends up proposing again, and they end up deciding to be together. And he's like, "Would you be down to getting married right now?" And they get married. At the reunion, she shows up and she's 7 months pregnant. Like, damn, did you guys even wait? Did y'all even wait? I'm still scared for Madeline. She may not see it now, but we saw it. But we before they reconnect, you saw how he made out with he likes to make out with people. That was a third person he made out with that we know of. With April. Like I thought they were just having like a friendship, but on the last they decided, oh, we're gonna kiss. I don't trust Kobe. I don't trust Kobe. And now he's bagged this woman and locked her down with a baby. Oof. 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 Okay. Guys, if you're just joining us, we're talking about The Ultimatum on Netflix. I'm going to fast forward ahead a little bit. Okay. We already talked about the hand job that Shanique gave Zay. We also talked about Zay leaving after trying to. So here's the thing with Ray that I didn't like. I feel like she's emotionally immature. She's not able to articulate her feelings. She wasn't able to say why she loves Zay. When he was asking her about their next steps, their relationship, their future, she wasn't able to articulate that. He got really upset and decided he's going to go out and get effed up and drink and do all this stuff. He says during the reunion, he didn't cheat on her. He just went somewhere else. We found out during the reunion that when she walked off into the sunset with Jake, that they did not go on that trip. And she ended up getting back with Zay. And Zay got really angry during the reunion and was like, why didn't you go on that trip? Why didn't you go on the trip? Because you were with me. Come to find out, though, Ray came out during the reunion. I'm with a girl now. She said that she was always bisexual, but this was the first time that she was being exclusive with a girl. First of all, I thought it was weird when Jake was like, oh, we're going to go on a trip. Any place that you want. Ray, I mean, not Ray, Jake, can you afford that? Wasn't he talking about he's trying to get into the right spot financially? Like, to me, that made no sense. Am I missing something? I'm not right. Wasn't he still trying to work on his finances and get into the right spot financially? And that's why he didn't want to commit yet? Yeah. At one point, Amy says, why was Jake holding her hand? I think he was just being supportive. I don't think there's anything there. She's with a woman now. Yeah, Aisha says Jake didn't want April. Yes, Jake was in the military, but he had been out of the military for like almost a year and a half. Okay, all right. MBK says, no, you're right, Kemp. None of them make any sense. Frederick says he never showed what was in the envelope. It was likely empty. It was empty because, first of all, there was no planned trip, and they ended up not going on the trip. And like what a lot of you are saying, he didn't want to be with April anymore. April was a lot. April was a lot, no matter how his mother felt about April. Just because your parent loves the person that you're with currently doesn't mean that that's the person for you. And they had some real issues. At one point during the season, April was going through his phone. And he was like, why would you go through my phone? And then that's when she found videos of Ray twerking. I mean, if you're going to take this experience for real, you guys weren't together anymore. He was dating this other person. Who cares? You brought him on this show. To me, that wasn't a big deal. The big deal was Kobe kissing and talking with this woman that's not even a part of this experience. And then kissing that woman the night he was hanging out with Zay. And then that time he kissed April on the show. He was like, well, and I'm sure that's how he justified it. Well, she was supposed to be my partner, my girlfriend, while I was doing this experience that you brought me into. He is a narcissist and manipulative, and I'm scared for her. But she married him and now is having a baby by him. Good for you, girl. Mocha, thank you so much for the super chat. Mocha says, can we talk about Jake and those cornrows, though? Mocha, did you just join us? I mentioned that hair. Why did he do that to himself? Like, he's such a cute guy. Like, why would you do that to yourself, Jake? Where's my Jake picture? He's such a cute guy. Why would you put cornrows in your hair for the reunion? Of all times you're going to put cornrows in your head, why would you decide on the reunion? So, at the reunion, as I said to you before, we find out that Nate and Lauren have decided they're still going to stay together. They're still going to get married. And she is folding, and they are going to have at least one kid together. We found out that Zay and Ray ended up getting back together after the show stopped filming. I'm guessing her relationship with Jake. I wish we'd gotten Jake's perspective and Jake's feeling on it. He just was sort of like this the entire time. I don't remember anything that he said. Data said Jake, aka Johnny. Oh. He just was just sitting there dumbfounded the entire time. I didn't understand. I wanted to know what he thought about the whole situation. Apparently, him and Ray are in a good place, but they're not together. She's with a woman now. It did get heated though between Ray and Zay because Zay kept on saying, "Well, why don't you tell them the real reason why you didn't go on that trip with them?" He didn't get as crunked as he did on the show, but he was getting crunked and heated, and he ended up walking off the stage. I don't like Zay either. Zay needs therapy. Yeah, April was she has a definitely controlling personality. Deborah says he was still in shock about her not going on the trip. How many months later? This is 6 months later. Y'all, this is 6 months later when they're filming this reunion. The Gloria says Zay a crybaby. Oh wait, Zay a baby, a crybaby. I'm trying to remember other parts. I took some notes. Let me just see if there's anything that I missed. We talked about Shanique being handsy. They talked about Shanique being handsy on the reunion too. And she explained that the reason why she did that was because she felt she was jealous. And Randall was like, it bothered him. It was uncomfortable for him to watch. Randall. How would you guys feel if you saw your partner, even though you're a part of this experiment and you are technically broken up, how would you have felt to see this? That was the only sexual thing that we saw happen on the show, besides people kissing. And we didn't see that one coming. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna give you a nice hand job, and then I'm gonna pass you a tissue." And then the random dates in between while they're back with their original partner, and then they're meeting up with people. Like we saw Ray and Jake meet up at one point. Then we saw Shanique and Zay meet up at one point. But remember what you did in your 20s. Your 20s and your dating life were probably just as messy. There were no cameras following you. My 20s dating life was not this messy. It was not this messy. Just saying. She did get a tissue, didn't she? I had to rewatch that. I was like, what's happening? What am I seeing? And the fact that the producers caught that. The producers are going through all the footage. The editors are going through all the footage, and they're like, oh, wait a second. What's this? But we know what it was. Right? Nelly says, that's weird. No kiss. Let me give you a hand job. I mean, they probably were sexually frustrated. The partners that they would be comfortable having sex with were no longer there. Now they're with strangers. And she probably felt that was the most comfortable that she would do. Because she was probably assuming that that's what Randall was doing, going all out. Who knows what he was doing? Come to find out, Randall. Guys, if you're just joining us, we're talking about Netflix's new series, The Ultimatum. If you're a part of the replay crew, I want to know how you would rate this series, what you thought of the series, what you thought of each couple. Let's have that conversation in the comment section. I'm going to drop the call-in link. Guys, if you haven't liked the video already, let's get to 150 likes. We're almost there. Liking the video supports our channel, but also supports other channels that talk about series like this one, reality TV, all of that. So be sure to like the video if you haven't already. Let me see. Hold on. Zoe, thank you so much for the super chat. Zoe says, Kobe, Madeline, and the baby is you season 3 plot. Oh my God, I miss watching you. When is that new season starting? If you know, you know. Exactly. As for April, she wants to be loved, and Jake needs someone to live, hence no birth control pills. Work in a few. Night, Kempire. Have a good night. Wow. Wow. Look, wow. You know what? I just accidentally did this. I did not mean that. Damn. Y'all are so much. Let me drop the call-in link. We hit our goal, guys. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. You're getting daily and consistent content. We just hit over 113,000 subscribers. So thank you. You is coming back. I'm looking forward to it. This last season was so good. I'm sick on this chair, y'all. All right. Let me see what else I wanted to say about this reunion. Okay. All right. I wrote that down. Okay. I think I actually got. Oh yeah, I just talked for like almost 50 minutes. I told you this was the ultimate recap of The Ultimatum. Okay. Gloria says we love you, Kempire. Thank you. All right, Aisha, thank you so much for this super chat. Aisha says, wait a minute, Kempire. Did you say it was 6 months the reunion was filmed and now old girl is pregnant and she's 7 months? Help me make it make sense. Well, Aisha, you're right. She said she was 7 months pregnant. They said that this was like almost 6 months later. I don't know. They did try to make it seem as if, oh yeah, as soon as we got married, we were like, oh, we're gonna get you pregnant. Was she pregnant before? Made it Asia says Memphis math. I have another Memphis story that I need to do. I'll do a separate video. I was going to talk about it here, but I'll do a separate video. I want to get to some of the callers because you know what time it is. It's dinner time. So let's get to some of these callers. Lucille, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Lucille?
Hi, Kempire.
How are you?
I'm good. I would probably say the only people I understood who were like anxious to get married were April and Nate, because like Nate's 30, and I understand most people want to be like young parents. So to me, that made sense. And he's with a partner who's not really wanting to get pregnant. So I understood why he was anxious, because they should definitely not be together. And April, because she has fertility issues. And if she's struggling now in her 20s, imagine when she's in her 30s.
That's an important detail.
So I totally understood that, but I feel like they're just not with the right people. It just sounds crazy because, like you said, if they were in like their late 20s, like 30, 31, 32, 33, you can understand like the rush, the urgency. But because they're so young, it sounds ridiculous because none of them are ready emotionally, financially to be a spouse.
Nope. Lucille, we appreciate you calling in.
Thanks for having me.
Bye. She brings up a really good point. I forgot about that point when it comes to April. But yeah, I just felt when they kept on showing their ages. I was like, oh my God, they're so young to be giving people the ultimatum. All right, Bianca, I'm gonna bring you up. What's going on, Bianca?
Hi, Kempire. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. So I was reading Madeline's Instagram post because she's trying to clear up this math of her pregnancy.
Oh,
and
okay.
She says the baby is due in May next month, But then I read that they filmed in March 2021 and the reunion was February of 2022, and that she said that they were married in May of 2021, so that they supposedly conceived the baby in August of 2021, 4 months after tying the knot and several months after filming concluded. That's her like cover up. I'm horrible at math, okay? So I'm just like, oh Lord.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's not like she got pregnant by some new man off the show. She got pregnant by the man she was with.
Yeah, I don't know. That's her little cover up story. I mean, that's her like little PR statement. So
and we know she didn't have sex with Randall.
Yes. I mean, but speaking of Randall, just really quick, I don't think he had no chemistry with Shanique, and my conspiracy theory is that they agreed to go on the show for clout. And because
Really?
I don't know, it just doesn't seem like a real relationship because they were living separately too. So like they never lived together for like 2.5 years being dating, like never living together, and then
well,
just, out of all the, at least the other
like
couples were like more realistic. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling in, Bianca, and for the math. Bye. Wow. I see. Just when we were trying to figure out the math, we had someone call in and explain it to us. I'm still confused, but here we are. Gloria says Kempire doing the math. I was trying, y'all. All right, Zoe, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Zoe?
Hi, my lovey. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm so comfortable in my bed, ready to pass out. But you just keep me awake and curing my insomnia. You should help me sleep, not stay up. I have a meeting in like 4 or 5 hours. It's 12:30 in South Africa. Kempire, let me sleep. But thank God, because Netflix is global. So we get to watch the same shows, and I'm trying to get South Africa to watch this madness, and they're just like, no, we don't have time for this American mindset that we are whoring at 20, not looking for husbands.
I agree, though.
Give me your opinion real quick so I can go to sleep. I'm just in a hurry. I need to sleep. I'm trying to force myself to sleep. All of these people. It's 12:27 a.m.
It's late.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be at work Tuesday morning. It's Tuesday morning, so I'll be at work in like 5-6 hours. I have a meeting at 8. God wish me luck. But anyway, here it goes. All of these people need therapy. Each and every single one of them. At 20 years old, I was not doing this madness. At 20 years old, I was running the street and I was happy. I was happy. I'm 28 years old now, and I'm like, maybe I should have been serious. Maybe, who knows? But I don't regret anything I made. I had fun. No, these people are giving me a headache. Shanique, she's a beautiful woman. She's very beautiful. She'll find a man that's right for her at the right time. Right now, she's forcing things. Go chill. Take your time. The right man is coming. Your partner, I forgot his name. I don't care. Don't correct me. He gives me vibes. I told you on Twitter when you said it's give me vibes. I said, ow. I felt the same way. I just did not be the one to say it out loud because I don't think I'm the appropriate person to say it. So I'll shut up. When Kempire says give me vibe, I was like, boy, like that comment. He is giving me the same vibe. Go chill. Ray, the girl is in her 20s. We're all confused. We don't know who we want. Everything goes. I cannot count the amount of girls I've kissed in a club at that age. I was curious. Most of them are white. Do I like them today? No, I don't. So go take your time and have fun. Last thing, Kempire, before I go on, I don't want to take your time. April, I already said it. The girl needs love. The baby is unconditional love. Her partner, Jake, he needs love. That's why he can tolerate all the nonsense, because he wants conditional love, and babies give you that, which is the reason why I say people who want babies are not ready for babies. Babies are not a cure to your insecurities. Take a chill pill. We don't need that madness. Oh, who's the last one? Zay, he reminds me of my ex. Congolese, cute, long inches thick, lovely, tall. I'm short. He can pick me up. It was fun. In the head, mentally, nope. Leave that man alone. I'm glad nobody chose him. Red flags, run away. Run away as far as you can. The rest, I don't remember. I don't want to remember. I don't care. Leave it alone. Kempire, I'm glad you did this thing because I have someone to talk to about, because my South Africans are like, this is American madness. Nobody had time for this thing. When they said ultimate, I thought there'll be 30s, 40s, but no, there were 20s. I'm like, go be in a club, talk on tables, sleep and don't remember which room, which apartment, which hotel. Why are you doing this thing at this age? No. Season 2, bring elders, bring 30s, but if they do, they'll be competing with the show that you do, Love, Marriage, Madness.
Oh, Love and
That you
Marriage
guys
until
do. No. So they need a bridge. So they are the perfect age for the bridge. I understand the madness, and I'm waiting for more madness. But guys, be realistic. This is not the age or the time to be getting married. Please follow Future's advice. Belong to the street until you have given up at 30. Right now, let's chill. Let's have fun. Let's drink and let's talk madness and let's twerk. Married for who? Kids for who? No, guys, stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Zoe. I think
I
we
love
need to go
you.
to bed, Zoe.
I love you.
Have a
But
good night.
this is my end of my long weekend. Now it's time to get back to work. I'm
to
not
work.
ready. I'm not ready.
Sorry.
But hey, it is what it is. Love you guys.
Thanks for calling in.
Shove, shove.
Bye. Zoe's a mess. Oh my God. I mean, I agree. What they need to do with this next season of The Ultimatum, a real ultimatum should not come in your 20s. It should come in your 30s, 40s. Now, that would be interesting because I think then we would have a different feeling for the show if these were grown folks. Would it be less foolishness? No, because we tell you all the time, maturity doesn't come with age. I know some very immature 30 and 40-year-olds. But I think we would have a different feeling towards the couples and be like, well, no, yeah, this is serious. This is life or death. Guys, before we get into our next callers, don't forget to get your coldest water bottle or something else. They have ice packs. They have things for your pets. They even have pillows. Head on over to coldest.com and use the discount code KEMP10 for 10% off. That is, again, KEMP10 for 10% off. And don't forget, we have a new episode of our podcast, Kempire Radio, out that came out over the weekend with special guest Silent from True Exclusives. And don't forget, the video version of that podcast will be coming out later this week. So subscribe to the Kempire Radio YouTube channel. All right. Let's get to some more callers. Hold on. Okay. Oh, wait. Saska's Kempire ultimatums are dumb. I know someone who has been giving one to her man since 1997. I mean, I've never had to give an ultimatum in a relationship. So I don't know. I think if you have to give an ultimatum, it kind of is, your relationship's almost over. But some people do wake up once you do give them an ultimatum. You have to set boundaries in your life. And ultimatums is a version of those boundaries. A lot of people don't set boundaries and people walk all over them all the time. If you don't set boundaries in your life, people are going to take advantage. You got to set those boundaries. And an ultimatum, sometimes it comes in the form of an ultimatum. All right, Camille, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Camille?
Hi, Kempire, my handsome nephew.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm hanging in there. I'm gonna tell you this: the ultimatum. Yes, the couples were too young. I feel that they're trying to go back to the 50s, where people were getting married back in their 20s and such. But I'll tell you this: I met my husband online. He gave me his social security number. I didn't give him mine. He was in the military, and he did that all before we were face to face, and we're still married now. And we met February, got married in August. I'm not pregnant. And I was 34, but definitely you need to, I think they just need to just have fun. I remember 25, I started popping. Hey, getting
Were
out
you ready
there.
though? At 34, you're like, okay, now I'm ready to get married. So that's why I'm going to start dating online.
Yeah, absolutely. And, definitely if you have insecurities and you issue the ultimatum, because you haven't set those boundaries, you are allowing them to walk all over you. I mean, every day is an ultimatum for all of us. How much stuff are we going to be, walk all over? How much are you willing to take?
Yeah.
And some from my husband saying, you know what, most men know what they want in 3 months.
Yeah.
It's
I've heard
not
that.
gonna be, 6, because like what we gonna do? I'm sorry, are you gonna do your business or get off the pot? What we doing?
Yeah.
And that should be after 3 months, 6 at the latest.
Wow.
That's just me. But like when, my thing is that when I was ready to get married and I was on the website, I was like, look, I'm not looking to play games. I don't want to be on a merry-go-round. And if I want to play games, I'll go to a schoolyard and we can play kickball, tetherball, and all that.
Yeah.
I'm a grown woman. I don't want to play games. This is where my mind is set. So hey, let's enjoy the ride together. And hey, here we are 16 years later.
Wow, congratulations. And thank you for sharing your story.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for covering this. And I do agree with you 100% that they really need the ultimatum to be where you are in your 30s.
Yeah, at least.
You've been established. Unfortunate to say it, still not established, but hey, we just put an offer on a home today. So, please, prayer warriors. Yes, we're trying to move forward.
Please come back and let us know if you get the house or whenever you get whatever house is meant for you.
Yeah,
guys.
absolutely. First time home buyers, even at, I'm almost 50, hey, it's how, as the thing says, when life gives you lemons, are you going to have a sour face or are you going to make some lemonade? Hey, every day is a new day. Every day is a challenge. And unfortunately, you cannot spell challenge without change. You got to change.
Okay. All right. We might need to put you on as the host of the Ultimatum next season.
Oh, I would love to.
See?
I mean, they all needed to have they needed to have the experience. I think that it was almost like the Married at First Sight without the therapy, and let's just throw it in there and see what we get.
Yep.
And a lot of them do the clout chasing, because as I was looking at Jake, I see that there are some players from the challenge that like his Instagram post. Okay, but you didn't know, you were a nobody. But now all of a sudden you are definitely somebody. But I mean, like, everybody is a somebody, not a nobody, but you are a somebody. Yeah. So I'm saying that are you really looking for that fame? Because I mean, come on, fame, there's consequences. You got to weigh, okay, I'm in control. I like what you said. I'm out of the corporate role. I want to be in control of my own life, my own business.
Yep.
You have to have that mindset. And if you don't have that mindset, I'm sorry, but you looking to fall flat. And sometimes we have to practice what we preach too.
Amen. Camille, I appreciate you calling in and sharing your story.
I know that you are hungry. My stomach is growling. So I'm gonna let somebody else take over, and please be mindful. And I apologize for taking up. And
That's
Zoe, I
okay.
love you.
That
All
is
right.
okay. Thank you for sharing your story.
You're welcome.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
And that's why I love doing this, having you guys call in, because more times than not, you share your personal journeys, especially relationship journeys, especially for someone that isn't in a relationship. Slow down, especially because I'm currently by choice not in a relationship. I like hearing older folks, people that have been in relationships for a very long time, give their perspectives, because you learn a lot. Pay attention to your elders, y'all. Just saying. All right. We're going to take one more caller because you know what time it is. Look, y'all know what time it is. Oh, hold on. Look, wait. Bianca says, did y'all remember what they said about the olive oil? And Vanessa was like, the coconut oil is great lube too. I'm going to leave that alone. Hetty, someone tagged Jim Jones in the chat about being engaged. They're still engaged, aren't they? But they live like separate lives. Okay. Josie, you're going to be the last caller. I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Josie?
Hello, Kempire.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Oh, well, how are you?
I'm good. Well, I just want to say, first of all, congratulations on your 113,000 subscribers.
Thank you.
Always forget to say it. I don't know why I always forget, but today I remember.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I don't know. Is it snowing where you are, though? Is it snowing in New York?
No, but it looks like it wants to rain. But it's cold enough that it probably could snow.
Because, like, I live, like, literally up north from you, but it's snowing, like, outside. Like, it's kind of annoying, but... Yeah, like I was saying, yeah, this show was, it was a mess. It was just toxic relation. I don't know how Netflix finds this toxic relationship. I really don't know how to find them, but it's like toxic, but it's kind of funny, and then it's mind blowing too how people in your early 20s ready to settle down, just have kids and get married, like. Yeah, it's like I feel like everyone have said this before, right? Like when you're 20, you want to have fun, right? You don't want to get married. Like marriage is a long time commitment, and I bet you it's gonna get divorced anytime soon. Like give them 10 years, you're gonna get a divorce because it's like they were young. That's not. It doesn't make sense to get married that early.
Yeah.
But I do have to say though, what's it called? Alexis gives what's it called? Reminds me of the guy from Drag Show. I forgot what his name was. Jeff something. Jeff. It was on TikTok. People were like making a comparison between them both. Like one guy from the Drag Show. I forgot what his name was. It was it was like funny. I loved it. It was funny. Yeah, but like I do have to say, I did not understand why she gets so upset when like Kobe said, "Oh, you're not my type." She was like, "Oh, like." He told you that the night before, and then she's coming to have a conversation and get upset, and then she tell him,
it up.
And then she tell him what was her name, Madeline?
Yeah, Madeline.
And telling her your boyfriend is this and this and that. It's like, girl, calm down. He don't like you. I think she's upset because like she got like what's it called, rejected. Like, girl, you gotta get used to life. That's how life works. Not everything works according to your ways, whatever. Like Nate. I do have to say that proposal was uncomfortable for me. I was like confused. I was so confused, right? I was like, what just happened? I was like, wait, what? I thought like I was so confused.
I was shocked she said yes.
Yeah. I was like, girl, you said yes? Like, girl, give him the ring back. What are you talking about? I was so confused. Everyone was so shocked. Well, I do gotta say, I like April. I don't know if I don't like April. I really like, she's like fun, but she can be a bit too much, which is kind of like me, because like I am like that. I just talk like I'm
not you, that. Josie.
I am like her. Like, to be honest, I talk a lot. I'm just too much to handle sometimes. But I really like her. She's like she's like the only person in the show that actually makes sense. Like she's the only person that actually, for me at least, makes sense. Because like all of them did not make sense at all. Like they were all immature, acting crazy. Like it was just like, okay, there's just too much. Like she was the only person that actually was like down for the experiment. She understand that the person she actually loved is liking someone. Like she obviously she was hurt. But at the same time, she understood that she was the one that brought him here, and she understand that part.
Yeah.
But everyone in the show is just crazy. Like, I think next season they can't bring people back from the 20s. Like, we gotta like skip them. Maybe 30s, or maybe even 40s, maybe even 50s though. 50s, the people have in their 50s and they need ultimatum. Maybe 50s, because 20 is too young, and it's a mess.
50s. All right, Josie, we appreciate you calling in.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, Kempire.
You too. Bye-bye. Okay. Final thoughts. This is the Ultimatum recap, the new series, the new reality series brought to you by the creators behind Love is Blind. I just noticed that. Hold on, wait, this is my thing here. There we go. Here are my final thoughts. I would rate this series I would probably give this like a 7.5 because I was definitely invested, but it's not my favorite. I think I enjoyed probably Love is Blind more than this, but this was an easy watch. We got through it very quickly. As a lot of you said that called in, and a lot of you that have been saying in the chat, I want to see them skew a little bit older because it's not impossible for those that are in your 20s to get married and it be successful. We know that has happened before, but we also understand that we're in a different time, that a lot of people aren't getting married that young. It's not necessary for you to get married that young. I would understand an ultimatum of someone in their 30s, 40s, 50s. Can you imagine if we had a 50-year-old on this show? That would be interesting because I'll be riding with them. I'll be like, yes, she is 50 something. She needs to get married. Not that she needs to, you know what I'm saying though. Like I would have a different feeling than these 20 something year olds acting a fool. Don't get me wrong. As I said to you before, 30, 40, 50, they act a fool too. They'll make great television as well. Producers, let's make that happen. Anyways, thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to everyone that was a part of the conversation in the live chat. Thank you to everyone that sent in the super chat. Thank you to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to teamkempire.com. Don't forget, a new episode of our podcast, Kempire Radio, is now available. The video version will be available on the Kempire Radio YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe to that channel. Replay crew, how would you rate this episode? This series? What did you think of the couples? Who stood out to you the most? Who do you think should not be together? Who do you think should be together? What is your response to some of the things that we said during this recap? And the poll, let me look at the poll again. Okay, the poll it changed a little bit. With more votes, with almost 400 votes, you guys rated the ultimatum between a 7 and a 10 with 53% of the vote. That's the majority of the vote. 34% of you said you rated this between 4 and 6, which is quite high. And a small percentage, 13%, felt like it wasn't a great reality show. I thought it was a decent show. I thought Nick and Vanessa did a decent job. I understand why they were hired to do it. They were the hosts of Love is Blind, so it makes sense. Cheaper to keep them. But I wouldn't mind seeing more experienced older couples be a part of this equation. I get why they did it, and look, they need a job. Look, I get it. But they weren't entertaining. And Jake, where were you during the reunion? Where were you, Jake? You were just sitting there with your eyes like this and the cornrows, looking crazy. Nelly says Colby and Madeline are so toxic, sad. I was surprised that they got engaged, got married, and now she's pregnant. I was very surprised at that because my whole feeling on Colby changed tremendously at watching his behavior, his narcissism, his manipulation. I was just like, okay. But at the end of the day, that's our relationship. I'm just here to comment on the show. Thank you all for being here. I will see you guys in the next video. Be sure to check out everything that you missed this weekend and today alone. I just posted a new video right before this live talking about Blac Chyna in court with the Kardashians. Thank you all for being here. Let's get out of here.
For me, I will not believe in his promises. That's what I said before he kissed me again. I'm drowning in the ocean, getting deeper by emotion. I know that he's playing with my heart, he's playing with my heart. promises. I know that he's playing with my heart. I was happy with you, don't forget about it. But you never loved me and you always thought it. I'm dying, disappearing while you never felt the same thing. Hey, I remember planning the day. Oh yeah, and now he is calling. And he's feeling something for me. Hey, I will never believe in his promises. That's what I say before he kills me again. Oh, I'm drowning in the ocean, being betrayed by emotion. I know that he's playing with my heart. He's playing with my heart. Oh, for the reason I miss him is hiding his kisses. I know that he's playing with my heart. Playing with my heart. He's playing with my heart. Playing with my heart. He's playing with my heart. I know that he's playing with my heart. He's playing with my heart. Playing with my heart. He's playing with my heart. I know that he's